It's to the X to the A to the L to the D to the I to the N. What's going on, everybody in YouTube? It's Xaldin here, the Magician Master 100, known as the Master of all Spellcasters. Here to say that I'm very sorry for this video being so late and all that. The reason why this video is late right here is because I had no clue on how this pendulum summoning thing works out, or what's it all about and all that. All I knew is that the monsters were both spells and monster and spell, and they each had their own pendulum scale right here. Like the blue pendulum scale is 1, and all that. And I was like, I don't get it. So, yeah, I got a little bit of an understanding now, thanks to MCole40, who showed us how pendulum summoning works. And what do I have to say about it? What's the word? Freaking busted! I mean, seriously, that's a, better than kind of ultimate offering. I mean, seriously. You can basically spam the field with so many monsters in the field, and of course, depending on what's in your extra deck, yeah, it's busted, especially with the odd eyes with this card right here. Huh. Well, let's get started on the review. This is Magician of Astronomy. Astromancy, I think it's pronounced. Anyway, it's a dark attribute spellcaster Pendulum Effect monster, level 5, and its Pendulum Scale is 1. Its attack is 1200 attack, and defense is 2400 attack. And here are its effects. I will leave the effects on the description down below if you don't want to hear me reading its effect. So, anyway, Pendulum Effect. If a pendulum monster you control battles, your opponent cannot activate any spells until the end of the damage step. If you have a Magician card or an Odd Eyes card in your other Pendulum Zone, this card's Pendulum Scale becomes 4. Its monster effect is once per turn, when exactly one pendulum monster you control is returned to your hand by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon a monster with the same name as the returned monster from your hand. Excuse me. Wow. So many pendulum support right there for a pendulum monster. Now, what I find about this effect is which one's more better. I'd say his pendulum effect is a little bit more better because, say you had Odd Eyes on the field, which he happens to be a pendulum monster. What you can do is, you could attack, then after that, your opponent tries to activate a spell card. Nope, it will not work. Until the end of the damage step, of course. Now then, for the next card. This one is Magician of I can't pronounce this one. I think Chronomancy. Anyway, it's a dark attribute spellcaster Pendulum Effect monster, level 3, and its Pendulum Scale is 8. Its attack is 1200 attack and has 600 defense. And now let's read its effects. Again, effects down in the description down below. Anyway, Pendulum Effect. Activate if you only control no monsters. If a pendulum monster you control battles, your opponent cannot activate any traps until the end of the damage step. If you have a Magician or an Odd Eyes card in the other Pendulum Zone, this card's Pendulum Scale becomes 4. Its monster effect is once per turn, cards in your Pendulum Zone cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Wow. So basically, you can't activate if you have no monsters. And if you have a pendulum monster, wait a minute, wouldn't that count as an actual monster on the field? Anyway, which effect is better? That's a tough one. If you had a pendulum monster, for example, Odd Eyes attacks, your opponent can't activate traps like Mirror Force or Deep Prison. But then again, if you once per turn in the monster zone, your zone can't be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, so basically no MST. That's a pretty tough one to say. Well then, that's my review, everyone. Thanks you so much for watching. Hope you leave a like, a favorite, and I'll see you in my next reviews. See ya.